edition of the Sewing Guru, and for this video I'm going to show you how to attach the placket on a shirt and also put in your pleats as well on the sleeve. Alright, so we're concentrating on the sleeve part for this one. Alright, so this is how your finished sleeve will look when we've done the placket. Okay, now I'm going to be putting a little button on here as well, so there's a buttonhole inside the placket as well. And there's a couple of pleats. Okay, so you should have your sleeve part, if I just take that out of the way, you should have your sleeve part completely flat, like so. Alright, now I've already put my slit in. Now again, this should be marked on your pattern for the slit. Alright, the length of the slit. And for this, you should have a piece of binding, and here, the placket. Alright, now what I've done is I've cut out the placket here in some white calico fabric, and I'm going to fold it in such a way to show you how I end up with this. Alright, ready to go onto your sleeve part. Okay, so first of all, your slit, which is this part here, this is your slit, alright, needs to be opposite on each sleeve. Now again, this should be marked on your pattern, the length of the slit and where your slit goes. Alright, so what you need to do is cut your slit into the sleeve. It's just a line. Just cut it with your scissors and cut the length of the slit, and it's just completely straight cut. Alright, to the length that it suggests. Now this binding part should be a little bit longer than the slit, because of course we're going to be bending this over like so. Alright, so first of all, your binding, if I fold this while it's next to the slit, you're going to understand this a bit more. Alright, so fold this back like so to the length of your slit. Alright, so if I fold that, just press that down like so, just press it down. That now, with that one fold, is going to be the length of the slit, as you can see. Alright, so just fold that, and when you've done that, fold that part in and this part in. So just fold those, really easy. Mainly these placket parts, to construct the full placket opening, it's all about the pressing. So just press that down and fold it over again. So we're just producing this binding part. Okay, and just press that down on there like so. Okay, now as you can see, this sleeve I've already done, but we're going to make a complete mirror image on this side as we have done on this side. Okay, so because the mirror image suggests that we have the binding on this side of the sleeve, it's on the smallest part. The binding goes on the smallest part of your sleeve. As you can see, this here is the smallest width, and then here you have the rest of the sleeve. So it goes onto the smallest part of the sleeve. And what you do, this part which was folded in here, okay, that part there faces to the top of the slit, and what we're doing is just attaching this binding just neatly into the sleeve like so. Just give this a press. Just press this down. Okay, now make sure that the right side of the sleeve is facing you. It's got to be facing you. You can see that this is the wrong side, the inside of the sleeve. We're working with the right side. Okay, so when you're happy with that, all you do, stick a few pins on here, like that, and here, like so. There we go, like so. And all we're doing is we're stitching from here to this point right here, right on the edge of the binding. Okay, so I've stitched across here and we've now attached this binding part into the slit of the sleeve. Give it a press, give it a nice press down, like so. And the next part now is we're going to be putting or folding the placket. Now like I say, I've cut this already out in just a calico strip. But what we're doing is we're going to get the same effect of the placket part that we have here, because this placket just attaches into here, and it's the way you fold it so that it just slots into this part here. Okay, so grab your placket part, which looks like so. I'll just move this a bit further over so you can see. Alright, and the first thing what you need to do is we need to just fold this over like so. Do it the other way. Fold it over like so. Okay, so we've got this binding part here already formed, just that part there. Just press that down. Just press that in. Okay. Now the next part, what we're doing is just this part of the placket here. What we need is just slit that like so, there, and what we're doing is we're folding this back. Okay, we're folding this part in like so. Just press that. Fold this part as well with a small amount of allowance. Just fold that. And also fold this in as well. Just fold that back as well. Move that out of the way. So you can see that it is now forming. Your placket is now forming. You can see that that will end up on there like so. Alright, so you can see that that's what we've done so far. Okay, now this part, we have to make this equal. So press these two triangle parts in as well. Just fold those back. Like I say, all this part, all it is, it's about the pressing and the folding of the placket, like so. Fold that part in, and fold that part back as well. Now, of course, this here, this triangle part, has to look even on this side. Okay, now mine looks even, that's fine. Alright, so now that I've folded the whole lot in, just press that all down like so. So you can see that that was all about the pressing. It's all about the pressing to get the shape for the placket. Yeah, and it simply slots on here. Alright, so that's that folded. Now I'm just going to press this as well. Just press this down. So it's identical. Obviously I'm not going to use this because it was just to show you how to fold it, alright? Because I've already constructed a buttonhole in this placket part here, as you can see. So if you're going to be putting a buttonhole in, put that in the middle of your placket, okay? First, before you attach it on. Okay, so just put your little buttonhole in there before you attach it. Now this buttonhole, mine, is only a 1 centimetre length buttonhole because it's a really small button which goes on here. As you can see, this button here, it's really small, alright, and it just attaches onto the placket like so as an extra closure, you see. Okay, so make sure that that is in there like so. Alright, now when you've done the folding of the placket, all we're doing now, and you've put your buttonhole in, all we're doing is we are slotting this placket into here. So we're just slotting, just move that up a little bit further, like so. Now if I fold this out of the way, this raw edge here should be in line with the raw edge of the slit. Alright? And just make sure that that's all now just over the top, like so. And it's just attached in there. Just press it down. And just get a few pins just to secure this in, like so, just on the edge. Like so, one there, and another pin here, like so, and another pin just here, just to hold that end bit on as well. Just pin that. Okay. Now, that, as you can see, is caught onto here. I've not pinned it onto that. Obviously, this is your slit. So the way to stitch this down, because of course you have your gap here, okay, so you need to be stitching this part here, you need to stitch that right along, all the way along, okay, so just lie this whole sleeve flat and position it into the sewing machine, okay, and stitch along here, because you'll miss it, you won't attach it to that, it'll just miss, okay. Stitch right along to here, then across here, down, and then back, alright. So this part here, this is the part which you will be securing. If I just move that pin out a bit, if I put my fingers there, if that was secured to here, and then back again like so, what you're doing is you're securing this whole thing in. Now your stitching line that you're coming back on here needs to be just beyond this placket, this binding strip that you put on. So the binding strip ends here. You need to be stitching, your stitching line on the top of here needs to be here. Okay, so you just follow with that stripe there. So basically what you want to do is come back, and what I'll do is I'll just put a pin there. Just put a pin in there, like so, to secure the whole thing, like that. So that's where we're going to be coming back on itself, and what it does is it secures it. As you can see, that would be then secure. Okay, and we're going through the whole thing. Alright, so just to recap, stitch from here on the edge of the placket, right along to this point here, to here, along to this point here, across to there, making sure that you're going beyond this binding and back on to itself to this point here. Okay, so when you've done that, give it a press. Okay, and as you can see, it's caught the whole thing in, and my stitching line has gone beyond the binding here, as you can see. Alright, so it's really neat. So basically all it is, really easy to do a placket. It's all about the way you fold it. Right, now what we're going to do is put our pleats in. Again, it's just about the folding. Alright, now you should have marked your little pleat parts with little notches like I always do, so then you know where to fold them. Alright, so I've got three little notches here, one here, and one here, and you just make sure that the two notches are facing on top of each other, and the third notch is basically this fold here. Alright, so give that a press, make sure that your sleeve's flat. You do all these things in before you attach the sleeve onto the actual shirt itself. Okay, it's a lot easier to do it this way. So do that, put a pin here just to secure. And again, we're going to be attaching the second pleat just folding that in like so. Press that. Make sure it's all flat, really nice. And again, put a pin just to secure the pleats like so. And what you need to do then, just to make sure before you attach those in, is just lie both of your shirts together. Just press that, just to show you. Alright. And make sure that the pleats and the placket are lying in exactly the same position. Alright, so we've got that. The width here is exactly the same across there. This matches exactly. And the pleats, they match across here exactly, and here as well. In fact, I'll just move this one over very slightly. Just give that a bit of a press. And then put my pin back in there just to secure that. Okay. So then we have here, it's just like a mirror image really. It's just a mirror image of your sleeves, and then you know that they are exactly the same for each sleeve. Alright, now when you're happy and they're all exactly aligned, all you need to do now is just secure these pleats in. So all you're doing is just a little bit of stitching right at the edge, very edge of the sleeve, right across, and just catch all these pleats in from here to this point here. Okay, so when you've done that, just press this down. Okay, and as you can see, I've just secured these pleats in on both sleeves, and it's basically your mirror image. So there you go. That's attaching the placket into the slit and the opening of the sleeve.